What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Espresso, and welcome back to another early access gameplay here on the channel for DLC 2's Eclipse. This map pack is going to be dropping for you guys here on Tuesday, but we got the lowdown and the exclusive look here at some of the gameplay before this goes live. So if you guys like this, make sure you drop a like down below. Once again, massive thank you guys to you for the support in allowing me to go out here. Without your support, it would never be possible. Big, huge shout out and thank you to Treyarch and Activision, the good guys that I dealt with over there that invited me out and extended some absolutely brilliant hospitality to me and the other YouTubers that were out there. It was a brilliant and absolutely amazing time out there. But talking about the map today, we're gonna be looking at Spire, the brand new map within DLC 2 once again. This one, totally honest with you, I couldn't get the hang of it. It's a brilliant map, don't get me wrong, but for whatever reason, this was the only map that I did poorly on. All the other maps I absolutely stomped. I did great. I got some awesome gameplays for you guys, but this one, kind of mediocre. I actually went negative in this game. I was 20 and 24. I was still kind of trying to figure out the routes. It's really open, and I think that's what threw me off a lot here with this one. This one is like much more open than any of the other maps here in Black Ops 3, maybe even total, not just the DLC. So this one is great. It's got some nice lines of sight. It's a kind of bigger map, probably medium to large size here is what I would describe it as. But once again, the big key thing with this is it's massively wide open. Overall, it's a big 3-lane map here. You have the 2 side avenues, but you also have the middle of the map, which is the most open here. You have 2 main staircases that will lead up to the flags in domination, as well as where the flags are in capture the flag. And touching slightly on the sides of the map once again, the right side or left side, depending on where you're at, the side that's actually out in the open air and where you can walk and see the actual sky, that's actually a lot longer of a route than I felt if you were to go on the other side, which is through a little bit of a garden. But regardless, it's a traditional 3-lane map here. It's got some nice avenues, as well as it has some nice cutoffs too. So if you're playing, say, CTF, uplink, or something where you just want to get out and jump in front of an enemy, this map offers some things like that here. So the bar offers a nice little area to split off and get dual coverage here of different lanes of the map. As well, the giant turbine that connects the outer portion of the airship of the map, that's a nice little way that you can wall run off of that and jump right into the middle of the map, get the action here. If, say, somebody is capturing B, that's something you can jump in right immediately as that goes down as well. So how does this feel in terms of pace? Like I said, this one wasn't my personal best, so I think that's a direct correlation because of the fact that this is a much wider and open map, so it kind of plays the illusion of being maybe bigger than it may actually be. So it slightly does eat into what I love and the ability to rush the entire time in a game. So that kind of plays into that. It might seem a little bit slower because it is bigger of a map with a lot more open area, but it plays relatively similar, I think, to maybe off the top of my head, Evac or Hunted. It's got open areas, but it's a larger map, so it kind of brings the speed down just a little bit, or what it is perceived as being in terms of speed. So just off the top of my head, that's probably the best way I can put it to showcase it for you guys here without you actually playing it just yet. Once you guys get the hang of it and get the hold of the DLC, you may think completely differently, and that is perfectly fine here. I'm sure that hopefully my gameplay will get a little bit better as I get to play a little bit more here on this. But this one, I think you guys will like. An open airship. A lot of you guys said it looked like Terminal from all of the early images here that came out before the DLC capture event and stuff. And I will say that does kind of look like the case, but it's not a remake. It's not anything like that. It's just a very vibrant map that maybe fits the bill here a little bit with that. But that's gonna have this one up here today, ladies and gentlemen. I think that is a good place to conclude this. So hopefully you guys do enjoy. Stick around. We're gonna be having some more DLC coverage here up on the channel. We got a little bit left here in the tank. Hopefully you guys are super stoked for DLC 2. I know that I personally am. I can't wait to get my hands on this again here and grind out a lot more gameplay for you guys and grind out the new zombies map. That's what I'm gonna be doing first day probably. But thank you guys so much for the continued support. Seriously, once again, without you guys, none of this would be possible. None of this at all. So thank you guys seriously so much for that. I cannot get over the fact that this actually happened. I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support. If you guys do like this video, be sure to like, rating down below. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers, so every little bit does help and is, as always, greatly appreciated. But my name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.
Clock running down.
Asset destroyed. Demolition asset destroyed.
Black Ops at work. It's a beautiful thing.
All victory conditions met.